And it like really hurts because he kept me a secret.
Oh,
Nobody knew about me except for like our close circle and then a few close friends of his. Um and like the like right before the last time that I saw him, like as I was about to head out, he like looked at me and he's like, "I'm sorry, like you're gonna be my priority. Like I'm sorry that I've kind of like done this to you," and then nothing changed. So like heartbroken, honestly. I was kind of like what did I do wrong? And like
yeah,
it's still like to this point, I kind of still think to myself and I'm like, I know I didn't do anything wrong. Like I tried to do everything right. I don't know. Like I went out of my way to make sure that he was cared for, that he was being taken care of. I never took advantage once of he would
yeah,
offer to buy me dinner. I was in Washington at one point with my little sisters visiting, and I was like, I'm hungry, but I'm too lazy to like blah 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 to go get food. And he was like, I'll buy you dinner. And I was like, no, I have my little sisters with me, it's fine. And he was like, I'll buy it for you guys. Just like get it and then just PayPal, and I was like, okay, fine. I didn't even let him PayPal me for it. I was like, no, I don't want to take your money.
welcome everyone to a not special but special election night episode 10 of To Kill Myself. We are back. I am your host for the night, Leomar Ibanez, and my co-host,
Emmy.
Emmy. Yes. Do you have a new last name, right? Do you have
Mhm.
a new last name?
Yeah. So Lopez.
Lopez. Whoa.
Yeah.
You
It's
do
not a
look like
new
a
last
Lopez.
name. It's not a new last name.
It's not?
No.
Because you said something like, I forget, you tweeted or something, you're like, I have a new last name.
No.
I was like, what?
I just said guys my actual last name's Lopez.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
were farming us with the other fake one.
No, so this is a to kill myself exclusive. I would never actually give my last name out on Twitch, honestly, but practically recently we got a dog here at HQ. It's what we call our house HQ headquarters. And so when we got this dog, we were like, okay, her name's Wendy. She needs a middle name and she needs a last name. But we were like, we can't give her like one of our last names because it's just like fucked because it's like shared custody with her. And
True.
so we were like, we need a last name. And I was like, Lopez, easy. There's three of us that are Latino and then one white guy, which is our honorary Latino.
Yeah,
So we ended up naming her Wendy Joe Lopez. So when Wendy's Joe Mama Lopez,
that's
which
sick.
is so embarrassing that we have that kind of humor, but also it's kind of funny. So
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's where the Lopez thing came from. And I was like, I'm just gonna like tell people my last name's Lopez and nobody can stop me because I look like I could be a Lopez.
oh yeah.
So it's fine. It's funny. It's harmless too. Cause yeah, I wouldn't give my like last name out on anything that's not like Instagram.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Um, speaking of that, are you gonna tell people the other exclusive news that you told people on stream the other
Cool.
night?
So little old me got accepted to a like top 10 med school in the United States, located in California. I'm not going to give out that name either
Yeah.
because that's personal information. And sometimes the things that I say on the internet are vulgar. And yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I got into a med school, which I think is pretty fucking sick. It's the first admission I've gotten out of like 12 schools,
That's crazy.
12 schools I applied for. Yeah. And it was the first one I got offered an interview for. So still waiting on like replies from other schools. But I mean, it's good news. It's good
Yeah.
shit.
That's gonna be Dr. Lopez to y'all.
This could be Dr. Lopez, your number one Valorant streamer. Imagine?
That'd be
Jesus
sick.
Christ.
It's like
That'd be sick.
in like your office, you have like a setup. Like after work, you just go like straight
I
into
just
the game.
fucking swing my chair over.
I I've always wanted to swing over like the
Hmm.
workstation and then boom, just gaming
Yep.
hours.
And then gaming, no in between.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's super sick. Yeah, proud of you for
Mm-hmm.
that.
Thank you, thank
It's gonna
you.
be a long grind, so
Yeah, very long grind.
it'll be worth it.
Fingers crossed.
I'm sure it'll make you want to kill yourself.
Oh
And
yeah.
speaking of new little segment
Mm-hmm.
this week into killing myself, where we just go over what's making us down in the week.
Yeah, what makes
And
us want to kill ourselves?
yeah, I mean it's only right, with the podcast name and all.
Yeah.
I'll start off. I got
Mm-hmm.
some like long drawn out beef with work right now. So
Oh.
basically, like in the summer, work laid off 33% of the staff, and we're like technically like a small business. Like there's only like 150 of us. But it's just crazy how like we were growing so well. I feel like everyone thought this. Everyone's like, "Oh, everything's going so good. Um, the world's so great," and then like just everything's coming down with like inflation and like so many other things. Like the world's going to shit real
Yeah.
quick, and work was like, "Okay, the world's going to shit. We're gonna fire 33% of the staff. We're gonna get rid of our other building, and we're gonna make everyone move everything from that building to this building." So we started that in the summer, and everyone wanted to quit after like 2 weeks of it. It was so annoying, but uh, a lot of us stayed, and from that, we only moved like 80% of the building, and that's where it goes to till today. So now we're trying to move the rest of the 20% in this month only, and they didn't plan well at all because there's so much shit
Uh-oh.
there, and there's not a lot of space in the current building,
Mm-hmm.
so there's just shit everywhere. Like it's
It's like
mad
a
annoying.
warehouse type of like, right?
Yeah, it's a warehouse environment. I'm like inventory, so it's my job to put it all away, like
Mm-hmm.
correctly, so that way shit doesn't get lost and customers get what they need.
Yeah.
But it's so annoying because like they did not prep well at all, and it's all just coming down to this month because I'm sure the
Mm-hmm.
building lease ends for us at the end of this month, and then they're just like, "Oh, we got to get it out no matter what." But I
Mm-hmm.
don't think there's space, so we'll see what happens. But it's just annoying because they told us today, they're like, "We know we told you guys mandatory overtime next week, but we're making you do it this week too now." So now I gotta go to work in 11 hours,
Uh-oh.
and I'm gonna be tired as hell,
Mm-hmm.
but they're making us do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not happy. I
I would also not be happy with that.
I knew from the jump. I was like, when this all happens, it's not gonna go well, and they're like starting to notice it. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, where are we gonna put this? Where are we gonna put that?" And I'm like, "I wish you guys had asked us, because they don't ask us anything, even though we're the people like in charge of putting everything away and like making room for it all. They
Mm-hmm.
like never like meet with us. They're just like, okay, well, we need you guys to do this, and we're like, there's only four of us too, which sucks right now because
Mm-hmm.
usually the team's like 8 people, but like I said, yeah, a lot of people left, and the four of us held shit down for a while. So
Holy shit.
yeah, unfortunate, but next 2 weeks, I'm gonna the next two episodes, I'm sure I'm gonna be super dead. Actually, no. In 2 episodes is gonna be the episode where Mexico plays in the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I'm either gonna be pissed or super happy. No in between. But it'll be a fun one. And then that'll be Thanksgiving, little break, and then I do one more week of work, and then I go to Disneyland.
And
It's
so
gonna be
it'll be a
super sick.
nice little vacation from
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
Oh, it's nice.
I'm going for
Yeah.
people. I'm going with people from work too, so we'll all be like super like decompressing.
Exhausted and like probably the only time you'll probably get to relax.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Holidays are busy for sure.
Yeah. The holiday season is so bad. I ugh, I'm not excited for like this winter.
Mm-hmm.
Like we started getting our like winter rush already.
Yeah.
And so with the winter rush comes winter allergies, flu season. Literally everybody at work is sick. Monday, we got stuck with a two-man shift. We used to be four-man shifts on Monday mornings, but our chef was like, "Oh, we don't need four people in the morning." And I was like, yeah, we do." Like
Yeah.
it's super like our Monday through Thursday, not even our Monday through Wednesday mornings are really bad. Tuesday's kind of okay. Friday gets bad again. But
Yeah.
for them to like make it a three-man shift's already enough pressure. But Monday, one of my coworkers showed up coughing, like bad allergies. He started getting a fever mid-shift. And I was like, go home.
Yeah.
I don't want to get sick. I can't get sick personally. Like I will fucking
The war.
unalive. Yeah.
It's a war.
I'm gonna be fighting for my life. And so I was like, you need to go home. I will take care of front of house. You know, like we have like our strongest runner in the back. Like, just go home. It's not even like worth you putting yourself in worse health. Like, you need to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Got stuck doing a two-man shift. Thank God it was slow as fuck. For the first Monday in weeks, it was slow. But our evenings have gotten extremely horrible in the sense that it is back to back to back to back to back. Like you are constantly running food, you're constantly taking orders, you're constantly like running around trying to clean tables. It's really fucking bad right now. Um, that's not even the worst part. The customers have also recently gotten worse attitudes than they have ever gotten with us before. They expect us to kind of like read their minds sometimes, and it really like fucking frustrates us.
Mm-hmm.
Had a customer on Monday who was just being super fucking rude because she was like, "I want this and this and this." And I was like, "Okay, I need to write this down for the kitchen. So like, like can you give me like a better like wording?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Just tell the kitchen, like they'll know. They'll know." And I was like, "How are they gonna know if I don't know what to tell them?" But like
Yeah.
I didn't say that out loud. I was just kind of like, well, like I just like need to know so I can let my kitchen know, like so they can have a better understanding. And so I wrote it down how I thought. It wasn't the correct thing, and they were bitching about it and being so rude. And I was like, you guys need to be patient with us because a lot of us do not understand Viet fluently. So it's really
Oh.
difficult. Like we already have like a language barrier, so we'd really appreciate if you guys could be more patient with us, you know? And like they did not give a fuck. It was so rude. Like people are just like really fucking rude right now. I don't know what it is about the winter season, but I'm not excited.
Oh yeah.
Work makes me want to kill myself.
Yeah. Every time, like that's why I quit, and I hope I never go back into like service work, because like people are so annoying. Like I don't get it. Like without the people who work in these environments, like they would just be so lost because they would have to do shit for themselves, and it's like, please just give them a break, because if they all quit, then you have no one, and then
Hmm.
it's just gonna be a terrible world. So
Mm,
I don't know. I get that
yep.
though. I would definitely want some pho right now if it
Because
was
it just
getting
feels like
colder.
the perfect weather to go
Yeah.
get pho. So it's like, of course, everybody wants to go, but if you're gonna go and you see that we are extremely busy, our staff is already understaffed. We
Hmm.
don't have enough people working each shift. Two, we have people who are extremely incompetent at their job. That
Yeah.
makes it that some of us have to like do two times the work. It's extremely difficult. Um, and so it's just super, super like frustrating right now. And so I don't know. We've been super, super stressed out at work. And then that stress like carries on to home because I'm like, damn, I have to clock back in about 8 hours and I'm tired, you know?
Hmm.
So yeah, that is my little spiel.
Yeah. You do the classic. You work in the evening and then work opening the next morning.
Hmm.
I
Or
hate those.
sometimes, dude, no, sometimes I will work open to closing, work the morning the next day.
That's
Like,
BS. Because
it's
you should
like,
at least work the evening, but guess
dude, it's
not.
like a 12-hour shift and then go home. And then, of course, I want to stream. I want to have time for myself. I don't sleep till like 4 a.m. sometimes. Like last night, I
Yeah.
just fell asleep at 4 a.m. Um, and so it's like super hard to like have to balance like work life and like than this like little like streaming and stuff. And because like honestly, I enjoy streaming. It's like
Yeah.
super fun. Especially the past few nights, like I've just had like such lovely fucking games, lovely chat, super interactive. So it just like really sucks to
Yeah.
like have to have in the back of my mind that I have to fucking be at work in a few hours, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's tough being like a small streamer and like working and like balancing life. Like there's not a lot of leeway in it. It sucks.
Yeah.
I give credit to anyone who like puts 8 hours into work and streaming a day. They're crazy.
Mhm.
It's wildlife out there.
It is. It's so hard. But
Um,
yeah.
your streams. Do you want to talk about the tequila stream?
Oh my god. Holy shit. So on Sunday night, I was just playing games and I was like feeling just a good vibe from my games. My chat was super fun and interactive that night. Sarah, right before Sarah rated me, she was
Oh
like,
man.
um, I was having like a really vibey game, and I was like, I should take shots. I'm gonna take shots after this game. And so I made it a game where it was like every 5 deaths I would take a shot and I was drinking tequila. But so then Sarah ended up rating me, and I was like, well, now I definitely have to do it. I have
Yeah.
to give the people what they want. It's entertainment. And so I played a few games. Super fun stream. I ended up meeting this duo. Their names are Pickle and Kelly. And
Uh huh.
so we were playing and it was just so much fun. And then a friend of mine, Todd, in my chat was like, tell Pickle that I'm an immortal jet, like blah blah
Oh,
blah.
that's right. I
And
saw
so I
that.
was like, I'm gonna put my boy on. I was like, I am about to put my boy on. So I tell her and she's just like she's like, you're streaming? And I was like, yeah. So she comes into my chat and he's like rizzing her up and it's
Oh,
going good.
nice.
And then afterwards, after that game ended, the girls invited me to the party and I invited Todd and Todd started fumbling.
Oh
He's one of
no.
those like he's just a troll. He's like a big troll. So he was like, by any chance are you like blonde and like 5 foot and like how much do you weigh and all that shit? And I was like, stop. I was like, you need to stop right now. I was like, absolutely no way you're about to fumble this that bad, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so he fucked up. He fucked up really bad.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad for those girls, but I mean, apart from like the games were amazing. By the end of it, I was so drunk.
Yeah.
I like I was like having a hard time like like looking at my screen and as soon as I ended my stream, I like went to say thank you to Sarah and I like thank Waitrix cuz Waitrix,
Always,
Waitrix.
always.
Yeah, repping Waitrix always. Um and then I was like I feel like I'm going to throw up. So I texted my roommate's group chat and I was like I need water now. I cannot get off my chair. And so my roommate was in a Overwatch 2 comp game and he like got up and like brought me water and he ended up getting like a 1 hour comp ban for AFKing in the game,
Mm-hmm.
which is so funny. And then we ended up going to Waterburger, which was like perfect to like end that. But it was
Yeah.
like 4 a.m. by the time I fell asleep. And then I woke up 4 hours later to go to work.
Yeah.
So
I
that was fun.
like I remember waking up in the middle of the night. I checked Twitter for whatever reason, and then I just hear the clip of you being like, "Guys, I have to wake up in 4 hours. Why did I get drunk?" And I was
I
like,
was like,
"Yeah,
I'm never doing that again. It was such a bad fucking idea.
oh
It was
yeah."
such a bad idea.
But sometimes it happens. You just gotta
Yeah.
drink like that, have fun, and then it's a good
Deal with
time.
the consequences later.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, that was that stream. Oh, but yesterday I played one comp game. I got invited to a 5Q and there was like extra like there was like a he's I think he's just now like a content creator
Uh huh.
for an organization, a big org. They didn't get franchising, so, but I'm still like not gonna name drop because like
Yeah.
whatever. Got put in a 5 stack with him. I didn't know that it was actually him. So he's like, "Oh, you have Twitter?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I put in like our like party chat, and he followed me, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
got the
"Not
verified.
again, not
Oh
again."
no.
But he was really chill, and he ended up losing my fucking game for me. Dude was took my chamber and then he was not having a good game,
Oh
but it was
no.
fine. I only lost 16 elo for it, so it was okay. Um, but yeah, that was like really ironic that I got like put into a party with him.
Yeah, of all
So
people,
that's
yeah.
out of all people, I was like, damn, that's funny. So it happened, but yeah, my streams have been really fucking fun. I'm kind of happy with how they're going. Um, yeah, that is
Um,
the tea.
you're on your chamber arc, right?
I am on my chamber arc, and I'm fucking horrible at them. Like I'm so bad with chamber, but I'm trying to get better because I want to play him in comp. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I get stuck playing Sentinels. I'm like, oh, chamber would be so good right now, but I don't know how to chamber. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Is it the op or?
Oh
'Cause
no,
I
I'm
think
really good at upping. It's just
okay.
like it's just really hard to like play him on attack, in my opinion. I mean, you can play him like a duelist, but I don't play duelist
Yeah, you
hardly
should. Yeah.
ever. So it's like hard to play a certain way that you're not used to,
Yeah. I get
you
that.
know? So yeah, that Valorant's been fun. It was really like bad at one point where I was just like, I'm not having fun with this game, but I don't play anything actively anymore to like
Mm,
switch in and out of.
yeah.
So yeah.
I was gonna ask. Yeah. Are there any other like games? Is there any games on your watch right now, like that you're like, I want to play this or no?
I want to play Overwatch 2 soon,
Okay.
but I need to learn how to play it, and I'm gonna do a stream soon where my roommates teach me how to play it, so that'll be fun.
Zach. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm super excited for the Harry Potter game.
There's a Harry Potter game.
Yeah, it's like a RPG where like you're the student and you get to like go into whatever house and you go the whole way, your whole journey through Hogwarts. It's pretty sick.
Damn, wait, that sounds fucking fun.
Yeah, it comes out in February, so like it's gonna be cool content because everyone will have their different like houses and stuff. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna play
that's gonna be
a
dope.
shit ton of that. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna be
Uh,
fucking dope.
yeah. With that, what else? We would talk about the failed relationships, I guess.
Okay, yeah. I guess this brings us to the main segment of today's episode. It's gonna be cheers to our failed talking stages, failed dating, failed everything regarding to our love lives.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have a story you want to start off with, or
I
because I have
guess.
like a big one, so I don't know if you want to go first.
Yeah, I'll go. So back to like the whole world of like working with like customers and like people. I used to work at Office Max for like a year in college, and then like how long did I work there? Like a year and a half before and during COVID. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I just turned 21. It's 2020. I'm like, this year's gonna be so sick. I'm going out, having a lot of fun with some friends, and then COVID happens, and I'm like, well, there goes that. To me, I like with COVID, I wanted to be super safe. I was the one who like didn't even want to go to like Christmases and stuff that first year. I was just like super
Yeah,
against it because I'm like people are dying, like my grandma's at
yeah.
risk highly, like we shouldn't do this, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So it was tough to like try and meet people. So the
Yeah.
only people I really met were at work. So I was like, I'm probably not gonna meet anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But then that summer, this new person starts up. Um, I'm tasked with training her. Her name's Giona. She was pretty cool. We hit it off pretty much right away, and I forget how like we started like talking like more like frequently. But at
Mm-hmm.
one point, yeah, like I get her number, whatever. We start talking pretty much every day, and it just was a cool friendship. Like especially to have
Yeah.
during COVID, it's
Mm-hmm.
where like for me it was like I'm not one to like I don't I feel like I'm not one to, but it just doesn't happen a lot. I don't have like a best friend, like someone who I'm just like talking to like every day about everything. But
Uh-huh.
like she quickly became like that to me.
Mhm.
So that was pretty cool. We just yeah keep having good chemistry throughout like all the summer, and I didn't have a car, which sucked. So she would like pick me up sometimes, and we'd like go get ice cream, whatever. She'd take me to work. A lot of fun stuff, and from there, it was just like we could tell like our chemistry was like really good and stuff. Like even a lot of our coworkers were like giving us like that like look like is there more to this or like you guys just good friends and like we would just say we're good friends but um sadly she was going up to the college I went to which is 2 hours away in Flagstaff and so like the last day I did the last day this is like a fumble in everyone's book but I did the last day she was there I was like yo I like you like I because she's one to like not want to do long distance and I was like I get that but I just had to say that and then she was like yeah like I'm interested in you too but obviously I'm going to school so nothing's gonna happen so I was like cool whatever and then we kept being like really close friends like we would go on like we had our own Discord we would watch movies on Discord watch TV shows all that kind of stuff and then where it like goes like entirely wrong is like so she was one to like not want to talk about politics and I was like well it's election year it was 2020 so I'm like I'm gonna talk about politics because this shit's important so
Yeah.
I would rant to her about it and she would be like like so whatever but she never really like flat out told me but I found out one day she had COVID and she was one to like be like meh about COVID, like just kind of like be whatever about it. And then she like kind of like stopped talking to me for that time period. Um, and I was like, okay, you're sick, whatever. You don't got to talk like every day like we do. And then like she comes out of it and she's like, oh yeah, I have a boyfriend. Like she like nonchalantly just puts it out there, and I'm like, oh, cool, whatever. Like
What?
I didn't like ask about it or pry into it.
Uh-huh.
I just like kind of was like, oh,
Like,
that
okay.
you didn't tell me about this guy. Like if we were best
Mhm.
friends. I thought I would have heard about him, but he's just here. And so from there, she was like um, more distant. But I found his Instagram, and it was just like super like Trump 2020, like Republican, like this, that, and the other.
Ugh.
And I was like, how do you go from me, Mexican, super not Republican, thankfully, and
Mm.
then you go to like this guy? And so I just assumed like, yeah, she was super Republican. And um, I think on election day, I just like stopped texting her altogether. I was like, yeah, I was super against like Republicans in that era. I did not want
Yeah.
to talk to you if you associated with Trump at all, and I was like, that was that. So we just
Mhm.
stopped talking.
Which is
Um,
so valid.
yeah, super cool person though. Like
Just
that's what sucks.
sucks that she turned out to be.
Yeah, super Republican.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of cool memories with that person, but yeah, that ship has sailed. Failed
Yeah.
relationship for sure.
Oh man. That's like the worst. Like, how did she all of a sudden have a boyfriend?
That's what I said. Cause like,
Like,
and
what the fuck?
cause later on, she did tell me she was like, oh, like he lives like in the same complex. Um, we just like kind of like met up at some point at like a party, and then they sang like the same the same country song together, and that's when they knew. And I
Mhm.
was like, valid, I guess. I don't know shit about country, Republican shit,
Mhm.
I guess.
Yeah. Like, oh man. It's always like she threw that so hard. She for what? Fucking
Yeah.
Republican, especially like a Trump supporter. Ew. Not
Has
to get
his
political, but that's embarrassing, babe. That is embarrassing.
like his Instagram is like half his truck, half the fucking Trump flag, yada yada, like that kind of life. It's like it's
Mhm.
ugh. She had so much better right there. And she was like, nah.
Mhm.
The crazy part, I was gonna visit her the week she told me she had a boyfriend. I was gonna go up to Flagstaff, party, hang out, and then she was like, "Oh, I have a boyfriend." So then I was like, "Yeah, not happening."
Yeah. The fact
Also,
that she kept it a secret,
your camera's insane. Do you see it?
I see it in your stream.
Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay, good, good. Go ahead.
Hello?
No, you're good. That was funny.
I was like looking at your stream, like, what is happening there?
Yeah, it went like everywhere.
Yeah, that's funny. Um, damn, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Ooh, damn. I've like had really shitty like dating just on this year itself. It's been so bad. I think like the biggest story, I'm not gonna name drop and I can't give like details on him specifically just because reputations, but in the beginning of this year, I met this guy and started getting really close. Like we were playing Stardew and he would like, I don't know, there's something there and
He had
we
Riz.
invited, yeah, he, man, this story gets me so sad sometimes. He was part of this like large friend group that has like now just ended up being me, Ming, and Jaden. Um, and so we started talking. We would like FaceTime every night. We would like I would like sometimes just be on FaceTime and I'd be reading my book and he'd just like look at me the whole time. And like it was so sweet. He like he cared I cared so much about him. But it at points like felt like he cared more about me sometimes than it felt like he didn't care about me at all. He was one of those type of guys that when something was going wrong in life, he started to push me away. And every single time I'd have to be like, no, you're not pushing me away just because you got in an argument with the person. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I am not a disposable person because if you push me away, you're not getting me back. And
Damn.
like every single time that would like click, like it like click into his like head, like, okay, let me chill the fuck out. Um, so he got bigger in like his streaming stuff. And so he was in He was in my state for about 3 weeks because of a tournament. And the night right before my birthday, he got really, really drunk and then ended up streaming that night. Met some girl in a game and immediately became like kind of infatuated with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember just watching that on like the crossover night of the night before my birthday to my birthday. And I just like cried and I was like, oh my God, like, what does she have that I don't? That all of a sudden, hours ago, he was being like, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you. Like, and he just switched up out of nowhere. And I became like nothing. Even though we had like flown to see each other, we cared so much about each other. So, like, it really fucking hurt to like become nothing to somebody that I had so much care for.
Mm-hmm.
And like, over a few weeks, he kind of was like, no, like, it's not like that. Like, even though he would interact with her like on Twitter and stuff, and he gave her a platform, a large platform. This girl now like streams with like really big Valorant streamers, like they all try to riz her up, like so much shit. And it like really hurts because he kept me a secret.
Oh.
Nobody knew about me except for like our close circle and then a few close friends of his. Um and like, you know, like right before the last time that I saw him, like as I was about to head out, he like looked at me and he's like, "I'm sorry, like you're gonna be my priority. Like I'm sorry that I've kind of like done this to you," and then nothing changed. I was so like heartbroken, honestly. I was kind of like what did I do wrong? And like
Yeah.
it's still like to this point, I kind of still think to myself and I'm like, I know I didn't do anything wrong. Like I tried to do everything right. I don't know. Like I went out of my way to make sure that he was cared for, that he was being taken care of. I never took advantage once of he would
Yeah.
offer to buy me dinner. I was in Washington at one point with my little sisters visiting and I was like, "I'm hungry, but I'm too lazy to like blah 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 to go get food." And he was like, I'll buy you dinner." And I was like, "No, I have my little sisters with me. It's fine." And he was like, "I'll buy it for you guys. Just like get it and then just PayPal like, you know." And I was like, "Okay, fine." I didn't even let him PayPal me for it. I was like, "No, I don't want to take your money." I was like, "That's
Yeah.
not what I'm here for." And I never took advantage of him once, of his platform, of anything. I'd never get mad that he didn't like my tweets anymore when we got like kind of serious. Um
Um.
and like I don't know. It's just really rough because this girl like got so much attention and became so much bigger because of him and it like really like sucked.
Yeah.
Like and like to this day I feel like really bad saying this, but I like miss it. I miss how like everything was. It's not that I miss him. I just like miss the feeling of like he he used to tell me like what's wrong, like talk to me. Like
Yeah.
I'm the person that you can go to and talk to. And at one point it just like didn't feel like that anymore. And I think that's when I should have just like detached myself because I'd be like, I'm really upset. And he's like, it's just temporary, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, hey, like let's talk
Let's
about
talk
it, you
about it.
know? So it's really like it really fucking sucked because I like talk about it a lot too, where um I really hate dating right now because of the fact that men go from being like obsessed with me, that with like my personality, the way that I am, the way that I like carry myself, my
Mm-hmm.
like how I hold my future to a pedestal. Like he used to he used to love that part of me.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point it became that I was just like an object to him and all he wanted to do with me was just sexualize me and I like no longer felt like a person to him, you know?
Yeah.
And that shit was rough. It was so hard to like go through that change. And like it like frustrates me now cuz like I let him practically put me in that position to where he could let me he could make me feel bad about myself
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like I couldn't offer anything to him
Yeah.
anymore,
Mm-hmm.
which was extremely horrible to like my mental. I don't know. I just like I hadn't dated anybody seriously before him, like, in, like, months. So it was really hard for his friends to, like, tell me, "Hey, like, you're, like, the first girl since his ex to, like, make him feel this way." I was like, "Okay, well, I opened a door just so he could fucking shut it for me."
Yeah.
And, like, he was the first guy in a long time that I felt was, like it felt so right. It felt
Yeah.
so fucking right. So, like, really fucking sucked to just, like, lose that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I since him, I've, like, really fucking struggled to, like, give any guy my full attention.
Yeah.
So it's, like, been really fucked up because like, yeah, I've talked to a few different guys. I've hooked up with a few different guys since him. Um, and it just hasn't felt right. Like, there's this one guy that, like, I started talking to right after him,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, I realized that what this first guy did was just worsen my fucking abandonment issues. Because now every time I talk to a guy, I'm like, when are you gonna leave me now?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just waiting for me to not be good enough for you so that you can get up and leave. And that's just been, like, so hard
Yeah.
because I feel like some of these guys deserve such so much more than what I can offer to them because I feel like I just closed that door back up. Like,
Oh, yeah.
get like that vulnerable, like, I wanna care for you as much as you care for me, like, I'm the back of my head, I'm like, "How long is it gonna last?"
Yeah.
You know? And so it's been really fucked.
It's like it's like a cycle almost right now where it's like you don't want to be hurt, and then they might want to try, but you're just like in that cycle of, oh well, it's gonna happen anyway to me probably, so why should I even
Mhm.
try? It's tough.
Yup. That is literally where I'm at right now, and it fucking sucks. Ah! 'Cause, like, there's, like, guys where I'm like, "I wanna give you a chance." Like, I want to, like, try, but I can't. I can't do it.
Yeah.
'Cause me and him were, like, long distance, but we would see each other kind of frequently, and so it felt worth it. I was willing to put in that time, but kind of when it started slowing down, it was like, I just, like, don't think I could do long distance, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I think what you can't do is commit yourself to me because you're realizing that now with like your growth and like your streaming
Yeah.
career, you realize that girls want you.
Yeah.
And like I remember telling him, I'm like, but they don't want you. They don't want you the way that I want you. They want the person that you are on that screen for them.
Yeah.
They don't want you. They want the fact that you have a platform and money and all this shit. I was like, I've
Opportunity.
never once cared about that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, in my head, I was kind of just like, I never ever tried to like platform myself off of him. I never tried for any of that money stuff. Like, I genuinely just cared for him. And
Yeah.
I remember telling him multiple times because like girls would flirt with him and like he'd just like, okay, whatever for the content. And I'd tell him, I'm like, he would tell me actually, he's like, they don't want me. Like, they want this guy that I am for them. And I tell him, I'm like, yeah. I was like, but I want you because you're this and this and this to me. And he'd
Yeah.
like smile and he'd like very understandingly take the way that I talked about him. And like, I never want to talk bad about him because he was such a big, like, part of my healing. But like, I've just like come to realize that he's also been like one of like the most, like, painful parts of, like, this year for me because
Mm.
I went from being such, like, a confident person to becoming so fucking insecure in the way
Yeah.
that, like, men see me, and, like, I don't know, that shit really fucking hurts, like, that shit hurts.
It's hard to build that back up for sure,
Yeah.
especially when it feels so right, and then it's like, oh well, it just happened again, unfortunate.
Yeah. It's like, here we go again. Like, shit's so painful, man.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think I don't know. I think if you go to Cali, you're just gonna meet that study partner. That's where it'll happen.
man. My roommate recently my roommate recently, he's from he's from a different state. He's from Georgia and
Oh
he
yeah.
has a friend back home. And recently he's kind of been like, you should talk to this guy, like, like blah blah blah, blah, like trying to be like, oh, you know who's coming in December to come visit? Blah blah blah, blah, this guy, this guy.
Mm.
And I'm like, are you Pavloving me right now into getting a
Pavlov.
crush? Like that's what it feels like. But in the back of my head, I'm like, haha, he is so cute. Like, man, I was like, I'm gonna
Georgia.
like, yeah, Georgia's not that far.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, we were talking like Minnesota, Wisconsin previously.
Oh,
That's
okay.
far.
Yeah.
Um, so like, it was. I don't know. I've been giving it thought, and I'm like, man, he's like unironically making me like gain a crush on this guy,
Yeah. Just
which
by
is
putting
kind
it
of
out there.
funny.
Yeah. Never know. Never know what happens.
You
December.
never know. December will come
It's
around.
it's close. I can't believe how close it is.
Holy shit, dude, this year is almost over and all I've gotten done is what's that one saying? I'm not the only thing I'm fucking is stupid and the only thing fucking me is life.
Life.
Like, that's about it.
Oh yeah.
So that's how my life is going right now. My love life.
Yeah. That I don't know. That slump.
Yeah.
It's a tough one to end because yeah, especially with you, I feel like you're not one to like. I don't
Give
know.
up so easily.
Yeah. I
And
don't
to
know.
this day, I'm still kind of like, what if I try again? What if we try again?
Yeah. Exactly.
And I know I shouldn't. I know damn well I should not, but I can't help it.
Yeah.
I'm a certified lover girl.
Certified. Get that album out real quick.
Hmm? I'm about to start fucking rapping, dude. This is what he made me. This is what I've become.
Yeah.
Honestly, the only good thing that came out of like that failed like relationship type thing, was the was the fact that I got really good at Valorant
Oh,
afterwards.
that's sick.
Yeah, like I was like, I don't know, what if I just like casually get good?
Yeah.
I started working on my aim. I started trying a little bit harder. And so, yeah, it's the only good thing that came out of it. I learned nothing about myself from that experience. All I learned was that I'm still yearning to be loved as much as I love others. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't love him, though. I didn't get to that point.
It was
Thank
just
God.
yeah, something.
Because when I love somebody, not to sound like those Latina tweets, not to sound like the Latina tweets, but when I love, I like put everything into that person. I will
Yeah.
put that person before me. Like I will make sure that person is taken care of before I am. And that's just because how that's how I was raised. That's how
Yeah.
I saw my mom love. That's how my mom loved us. So it's hard not to love people back that way.
Yeah.
You know,
Especially with med school coming up, if you had someone like that, that would be tough.
that would
Imagine
be detrimental to my fucking health.
it's
I'm not
like
gonna lie.
imagine like big event finals studying. You would go to
Hmm.
that big event to support, and it'd be fucked.
Yeah.
You'd show up to that final being like, I did not study for shit except on the plane.
Uh huh. And
GG.
I'd be there for him.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. It's crazy because like I don't want to go to this school in Cali sometimes because I'm like it's kind of close to where he's gonna be at.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and so that would kind of fucking suck if I ever ran into him. I'd probably like fall to my knees and then try to kill myself right in front of him to change the trajectory of his life forever.
No, I would drive the 6 hours. Make sure that event doesn't happen.
Yeah, life. This is my life. This is what I get.
Yeah,
We literally went from like playing Stardew together and
that's
like
real. That's
making
real.
so many memories and just hours and hours of talking and dude, I'd lose sleep. He'd be streaming some nights and he would put me on FaceTime and like prop me up and
Oh.
he'd like look like during bye faces he'd just like stare at me and he was so adorable and cute to like just talk to.
Yeah,
So it's super fucked. Yeah.
like I remember hearing parts of this story while we were both super drunk
Yeah.
walking back, and I did like I knew like most of it, but like yeah, hearing it again, it's just like super like it explains a lot of you this year, and that sucks.
Like I feel like I lost a part of myself because I gave so much.
Yeah,
So it's just really it's rough, man. But yeah, that's my love life.
yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Like, sometimes you just GG go next. Even though
Yeah,
sometimes I feel like I keep searching for men like him. And I think that's like the really bad thing.
yeah,
Because I'm just like looking for somebody that resembles what he was and that can give me what he gave me at the start, but can
Yeah.
give me that long term. And I feel like that's really where I'm fucking up now. Because I keep trying to replace him,
Yeah.
and I don't think I need another him.
Yeah.
I really don't think I need another him. Because although he was so good to me at the start, it's just not gonna last like that forever. You know about the three month rule? So
Kinda.
girls have a 3 month rule where it's like if he's still acting the same by the end of the third month, he's a keeper. And so I like sometimes unironically apply that rule, and I don't know. Sometimes it just doesn't fucking work.
Yeah. I I mean that's true though. It's like a lot of guys like they don't know what they want the whole time, but in the beginning they'll think they know and they'll just act a way to get it. And then once it's time passes and they've gotten it, they're just like, okay, time to move on. And that part does suck because it's like, what happened to the person that I really started liking? It's like they're gone. That's what happens
Oh.
every time. Sucks.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that shit really fucking sucks. I'm in my his loss era.
Yeah, hell yeah,
His fucking loss, man.
hell yeah. You know how much good content you would have been for stream? You would have been in there.
I would have literally been, you know, the ninja clip where he's like, it's like my braless wife walks into my room with a sandwich, like blah, blah, blah. I would have been that. I would have been
Oh
her.
my, yeah, that's so true. Making
Like
like some bomb ass
I would have been
dinner.
his content. You know what's the crazy part? He told his parents about me. His mom and his stepdad knew of me.
But chat didn't? Oh my god, these men.
So it was interesting.
Yeah.
It was a little interesting. He kind of like, you know, he
Yeah,
fucked up.
yeah, yeah, for
He
sure.
fucked up. I like, and sometimes in my brain, I'm like, he fucked up. Like he lost me the moment he stopped treating me how
Yeah.
he did at the start. And so, yeah.
What else was there to talk about today? Oh, you know, uh I was 18 digits off winning the Powerball. So
Oh man.
my last three numbers were right. The Powerball number I was like 7 digits off, and my first two numbers I was like 11 digits combined off. So there's a world where it just rolls the dice 18 numbers differently and I win the Powerball. And that would be insane.
Mm.
Well, what would you spend 1.9 billion dollars on?
First, I would drop out of school. I'm kidding, no. I would save most of it for med school and then probably use it to pay off my apartment, relocation, tuition. I would use it to like make sure that I'm stable enough during med school through my practice until I can have like an actual income. That way I can use my income instead of paying off loans.
Girl, I said billion. You would
Oh,
be
billion?
it the Powerball was at 1.9 billion dollars. You
Do
would
you know how I spend money?
okay. Yeah, you
I
would
would
buy like the
spend
shoes. You'd purchase like $2 million in shoes like instantly.
minimum.
Yeah,
I would buy out. I would buy out like a Louis Vuitton, like a Christian Louis Vuitton.
that'd be sick. Just buy it out. Damn.
Yeah, like I just show up and be like, put it on my card right now, all of it, size 7,
Yeah,
size 37, easy. Give me every fucking bag in every color. I don't give a fuck.
that'd be sick.
I could definitely spend that money in my lifetime if I wanted to. Like,
That's crazy money though.
I walked into the mall and I don't know. Every time I walk into the mall, I waste like $400.
I'm scared. I went to the mall last weekend and I was like, I want to run up some fits, and it's gonna
Mhm.
cost a lot of money, but I want to do it.
Mhm.
So some point soon, definitely gonna do that. But
I want to go shopping so bad.
with 1.9 billion, I think me and my parents were talking about it last night. We're like, where could we go realistically? Because we're like, we don't want to go to Europe. There's a war about to start over in that hoe, probably.
Yeah.
Um, we don't want to go like South America, Mexico. Unfortunately, not safe there.
Mhm.
So we're like, we could stay here, but you know, America's kind of fucked. So we're like Canada. We're gonna move.
Canada.
We're gonna move to the six,
Yeah.
Toronto. Go hang out with Drizzy. Um, yeah, I feel like Canada was the move, and yeah, just make sure everyone in the immediate family's set, and then just disappear from everyone else,
Yep.
except for the
Nobody has
podcast.
to know you won.
Yeah, yeah. That's the crazy thing is like trying to
Oh,
live a
I would.
normal life. It'd be hard.
First thing I would do is buy my current house.
Yeah.
I would pay off my current house and fucking make my room like fucking crazy, like
Ooh, that'd be
dreamer room type
sick.
beat.
Yeah,
That way, my best friends have somewhere to live without having to worry about paying rent.
that'd be so sick. Yeah,
That would be sick. That's already $700,000.
yeah.
That's how much my house is worth.
That's
Um,
like that's like 1/1000th of the money you. That's what's crazy. You can buy
I
a
would
thousand
buy,
houses.
dude. I would buy out this whole neighborhood if I could. Get all the white people out.
It's just all your homies. That'd be
Hmm.
so sick.
All my homies are taken care of. Living is so expensive. Like finding like housing is so expensive.
Yeah,
So first thing I'll build the community. Oh, my camera is dying again.
yeah. I think I know what it is. I have like a. My brother's downloading something right now, so the internet is going in and out,
Hmm.
but it'll go back in like 2 seconds. Two
It's
seconds, I
like
swear to
funny
God.
to watch.
Oh yeah, just the progression and like you're still there in the pixels somewhere,
Hmm.
which is super funny.
It's
Actually,
just
I think it stopped, but it's still going. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, we're good to go.
it's fine. Um, but there you go. That's fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
Um, fuck, but yeah,
A lot
that's
of
what I
money.
would do with the money. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
Another important thing that's happening right now. Let me look at these elections. I like have no hope.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Greg Abbott's at 53.4%, Beto O'Rourke at 45.4%.
How
Both
much?
already in the 2 millions. It's a 500,000 vote difference right now.
Um, what are we reporting at? 53%. Wait, no. How much of the vote is counted? Does this say 53% reporting?
I think
It could swing.
it
Uh,
could.
let's see. Depends how much of Dallas. Austin's carrying hard, I'm sure, but
Mhm.
Dallas and Houston gotta go big probably. So we'll see.
Fourth Ward, dude.
I wanted to do a stream where I would just look at the numbers like for the next like hour and a half, but because I work in
Yeah.
10 hours, I'm like, son of a bitch.
Probably not.
Yeah. So there's always next year.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
Yep,
was.
yep.
What else was there? There was like one last thing. Actually, that one last thing can be jam that jam.
True.
Um,
Are you ready?
I wanted to do like a heartbreak and jam that
Oh, I
jam to
have
this.
my song. I have my heartbreak song.
What do you got? What do you got?
So Joji recently dropped,
Oh,
new Joji just dropped, and Die For You? Are you kidding me? That song actually first time I heard it, I was like, this is like the perfect like song
mm-hmm,
for this episode because cheers to heartbreak.
mm-hmm.
And here we go. Let me pull up the lyrics.
Uh, shit. Wait.
So Die For You dropped as the third track. Third,
Uh huh.
it's on side A of Smithereens by Joji. And the chorus is I heard that you're happy without me, and I hope it's true. It kills me a little. That's okay, cause I died for you. You know, I'll still die for you." And I lost my mind. I was sitting in my fucking bed like a starfish, and I was just like, "Are you fucking kidding
Starfish.
me?" I was like, "You're fucking kidding me."
I remember that.
So
I remember that.
yeah, I was in my feels. Song is
Um,
so good though.
for whatever reason, last year my number one for Spotify, what is it? Rewrapped, whatever, recapped. It was "Good for You." Even though I had no one for this song last year,
Uh-huh.
this song's such a banger about like the God, I wish that I could do that. Like for
Mhm.
someone else, like this song goes in certified heartbreak banger.
Mhm.
Olivia
Certified hood
Rodrigo,
classic.
classic, yeah. I wish I went to see her, but she went in a small ass arena for her first tour
Mhm.
here. So Taylor though, Taylor and Paramore are doing a show in March together. The only show of Taylor's tour that's gonna be Paramore and
Mhm.
Taylor, and I'm 1,000% trying to go. So
I want to
that's my
see
goal.
Taylor so bad.
Yeah,
Mhm. All right.
that's an ep.
Alrighty. Do you want to close it out?
Yeah, that was episode 10 from us at To Kill Myself News Network. Uh, we unfortunately do not have election news coverage after this, but join us again next week for episode 11 of To Kill Myself, where we will talk about something.
We will be talking about something.
Yep. And with that, we will see you guys next time. Bye. All right. Where's the record button?